Yo, what's up, YouTube? Back with another video. HVK all day. Let's get it, man. I'm out here soaking up the sun, feeling good as I should, man. But this video I want to talk about how drinking alcohol leads to a BS life. Okay, it really does, man. And in this video, it's gonna be like my whole history with it, with drinking, and what I learned from it, and why I'm quitting forever, right? Because it just leads to a BS life, man. That's just what it comes down to. I discovered alcohol like when I was like maybe 16, and I didn't really drink too much in the beginning. I was mostly into like smoking at the time, that ganja, but it was just on and off. Like every once in a while, I would drink. From 16 up until like 21, I would drink every once in a while because it was like harder to get, right? But every time I could, I would, drink. But once I actually turned 21, it was more easily available to me, right? And so from there, I just, I started drinking more, and then I was never really the type of person to go out to drink like at bars or clubs or things like that. I would usually just drink with like people, like a few friends or things like that. Um, but yeah, man, I just remember that one time when I was drinking, it just, bro, like I almost died because of it. Not because I was actually drinking, but because I got hurt. I was just, you know, you know how it is, guys. When you're drunk, you just do stupid stuff. And long story short, I fell like from a really high place, and I broke my hands. And yeah, man, it was just crazy, bro. Like I was like in the hospital, and I wasn't in the hospital for like months, but I went there, right? And then like for 6 months, I couldn't walk. So yeah, that was a crazy drunken experience from there. And I actually quit like for 6 months after that experience. I was just like, damn, bro, like this is crazy, man. Like this would have never happened if I wasn't drinking that night. So it kind of put the fear of drinking in me, right? But so I went sober, like I didn't drink alcohol for like 6 months. And so I think this was like when I was like 20. Yeah, it was like around 20. So at the time I was hanging out with like this person, and we were just like drinking buddies, or we would just kind of kick back at his house. So after that experience happened, I would still kind of hang out with him once in a while, but I wasn't drinking. But eventually, 6 months went by, and then since I was around that type of company, I ended up just drinking again, right? I ended up drinking again, and then I turned 21, and then I started hanging out with like another person, and it was just, it was like fun memories, right? But at the same time, the more that time went on, um, the more that it felt like I was like in a comfortable prison. You know what I'm saying? That's like the best way that I could describe it, is being in like a comfortable prison where, you feel like you have so much more potential within you, but every time you drink, it just feels like that gets delayed. Okay, so that's how it felt like for me after a while of just drinking and just BSing and just wasting time and being drained and all these things like that, bro. It's just, I wanted to level up. And so, in November 2021, I discovered retention. And from there, like, that was like the catalyst to, self improvement. And all of a sudden, like, I stopped wanting to drink. And it was crazy, bro. It was just like very, very quick, like I started feeling better, not drinking. And I remember that every time I would go back to drinking, it would just lead to just BS, bro. You know, it would just lead to, um, you know, relapses on retention and setbacks and like all this stuff, bro. Like it's so crazy, man. And, society is just so how do you say, like, society, bro, like normalizes drinking so much that it's like ingrained into people. Like, they just, it's so popularized by mainstream media, social media, advertisements, billboards, commercials, celebrities, music, like all these like conditioning, bro, like to make us, you know, drink, okay? But like I said, like it just leads to nowhere. Okay? It just literally leads to nowhere, and it just, drinking just comes with a lot of negative energy. It just comes with a lot of baggage. Um it honestly makes life like more harder, to be honest, because it just sets you back, and it just kills your potential, and it just kills like a lot of good things that you could have going on for yourself, man. And so this is the point that I'm in, because uh, last year I actually went I went a whole year without drinking, right? A whole year. That was the longest I've ever gone since I, started drinking. So within those 10 years, or 8 years, something like that, I I didn't drink at all, like all of 2023. And it was like the most productive year of my life, guys. Like, it was crazy, bro. Like, I was just, no hangovers, no brain fog. Um, I don't know, bro. It just felt so empowering. I felt so empowered when I was sober for that long. And it just made me just see everything like on a totally different level. Okay. It really made me see things on a different level. I was like the most disciplined that I ever was in my life. I felt, just mentally strong, physically strong. I just felt good. And then the New Year's came, guys. The New Year's came, and I ended up drinking, right? 2024. I just drank like 2 beers, right? Um, I wasn't really planning on it. They were just there, and I was like, whoa, like, I completed a year, and, they're there. So I didn't really think much of it. But the thing about alcohol is that it's very sneaky. You know, you could you could go a long time without it, and for some people, it's like as soon as you start drinking again, it just leads to BS. It just leads to just, bro, it just leads to nonsense, man. Because I remember that month in January, I started like just drinking again, bro, like for no reason. It didn't make any sense. Like in my mind, like, yeah, I completed a year not drinking, whatever, and then it slowly kind of came back into my life, and that was probably like the most stupidest thing that I've ever done this year, is going back to drinking alcohol, because it just led back to BS, bro. It just led to, you know, relapses on retention, and just setbacks, and just like a lot of crazy stuff, guys. A lot of crazy stuff, and it's just wild, bro. It really is. Um, like, obviously, like, nobody knows me like I know myself, so I'm just speaking from my experience. You could probably relate to this, but like every time, like, you go, like, I don't know, bro. It's like, it's so crazy, bro. It's like when you when you're doing good for yourself, man, your mind will try to play tricks on you. Okay, it will try to like rationalize bad habits or things that were kind of holding you back in life. It's almost like you self sabotage. Okay, like you could have a lot of good things going on, and all of a sudden, like, you self sabotage, and then now you're just like back to square one. Losing gains, losing spiritual gains. Just all these things that just come with drinking, bro. It just leads to BS, bro. It just really leads to BS. It's not worth it, guys. Like, it really isn't, man. Like, I'm 26 now, and yeah, this year has been just crazy. You know, I've gone back to, it's like my old self kind of just came back to haunt me in a way, or to just beat me up. Like my old self that used to drink, it came back this year, and it just like beat me up for like a couple months, or on and off for a couple months. And yeah, bro, it's just crazy, man. Just alcohol is just so like it's just bad, bro. Like, not just the physical benefits, bro, but like, that video that I made, the spiritual side of drinking alcohol. It just keeps you at a low vibration. It just keeps your aura weak. It leads to, just a lesser version of yourself, man. It really does. Because, alcohol is low vibrational, right? It just causes just like BS in your life, man. It doesn't make you as intellectual. Like, you're more impulsive when you're drinking. You're more emotional. You're less logical. So that's why, all of my relapses, like with retention, has been because, of alcohol, bro. You're not logical. Like, you're not, seeing the bigger picture in things. You're just doing things because of that cheap dopamine. And that's why alcohol is. It's just cheap dopamine. It has, you know, um, like, it's not something that you actually get, like, that you actually deserve, like working out or working towards like a long-term goal. Alcohol is just like a band-aid, bro. It's just cheap, it's just quick, it's socially acceptable, but it's so destructive. It's destructive to your mind, it's destructive to your body, it's destructive to your spirit. So I'm just like, bro, why am I even drinking this for? You know? Um, but you have to keep in mind, it's like, when you stop doing something that you've been doing for a long time, um, it takes some time to just reprogram your mind, reprogram, new thought patterns and things like that, bro. Because that's basically like a decade of my life, or somewhere around there, like 8 or 10 years of just drinking. It was the most heaviest, like when I was like 21 up until maybe 24, I believe. That was when it was like the most heaviest. And then I discovered retention, and then I had like an awakening, like within myself. And then I went a whole year sober in 2023. And then in 2024 is just a lot of BS, just my old self coming back to, beat me up. But, there's still 4 more months in the year, about 4 more months left in the year, and I'm about to beat up that old version of myself, man, because, I actually drank last month, after not drinking. I drank last month, bro. Like, after I came back from Hawaii, uh, I was retaining for like 109 days. Same with being sober for that long. And, because that's the thing, bro. Like, it just sneaks into your life, bro. It's so sneaky. You'd be like, oh, like one drink won't hurt, but one drink leads to more drinks, and then more drinks just leads to just BS, bro. That's where it gets you. It's just it's very sneaky in that way. But yeah, man, I ended up freaking drinking last month, and it just ruined everything, guys. I actually relapsed on retention, and it just led down to just a negative emotion, guys. Like, I'm just keeping it real, right? I'm just being honest. It just led to just BS. It really did, man. Just led to destructive patterns within myself, and I'm just like building myself back up, right? I'm just building myself up. So, the good news is that this month I just been, focusing on myself, right? I just been putting myself first, just going within, meditating, journaling, um, doing some light exercises, being out in the sun, um, feeling good, right? So this month I've been, retaining this whole time, all of September. Been sober this whole time, all of September, and haven't been drinking caffeine as well. And but guys, like, like for the like this moment right now is like I'm feeling good right now for the very first time this month. Like, this whole month has just been crazy. It really has. um the first week was just so low vibrational. It was just so depressing. It was so miserable. Um, you know, physically, mentally, spiritually. Like I've basically been spiritually dead for the past 3 weeks, guys. I really have because of, alcohol and then relapsing on retention and all this crazy stuff, guys. But I'm feeling good right now. I'm on a new SR streak, 22 days strong. You know what I'm saying? I've never really been the type of person to count the days, but I just wanted to say that, man. I just wanted to make this video, bro, because I missed you guys. And, I'm doing good now. Like, I just needed to, take a step back to focus on myself. But I'm good, man. You know, like I said, there's 4 more months left in the year. Let's use this time to bounce back. If you relapse or whatever the case is, man, just keep going, bro. It's progress or success isn't linear. Like you're gonna have ups and downs, bro. But that's what's gonna make you stronger in the end. Like right now, I'm starting to feel stronger. For the first time in these last 3 weeks, I'm actually starting to feel more positive, more joyful, more masculine, right? For the past 3 weeks, I was none of that, bro. I was just, like I said, spiritually dead. Just all these negative emotions, just, yeah, crazy stuff, man. You know how it is. You know how it goes. But, you know, like I said, let's finish this year strong, guys. Let's do it, bro. But as of alcohol, man, like, screw that. Alcohol is just bullshit. Let's just keep it real, guys. It's bullshit, and there's no room for it in your life, man. Like I'm speaking to myself, but I'm also speaking to you, like whoever this relates to, because like I said, society makes it so normal. But just because you've been doing something for such a long time doesn't mean that that's supposed to be there for like in your life, like for the rest of your life, man. If you feel happier not drinking or not doing certain things, then stick with it. But like I said, you have to reprogram your mind. You have to reprogram your mind in new thought patterns for your future. Okay, it's all learning experiences at the end of the day. But sometimes you have to go through like hardships or just falls or things like that, man, to learn from it. Okay, you gotta learn from these things, man, and then just finally it will click. You'll be like, all right, like I'm done with this BS, bro. It's like putting your hand in a stove and then you burn yourself and then you keep doing it and then you don't know why you keep getting burnt, and then one day you're like, oh, like I should probably stop doing that, and then you stop. That's it. You move forward. You stop self-sabotaging. You stop, you know damaging yourself physically, mentally, spiritually. You start taking back your power, you know so yeah, man, this was a random video. Like I've been wanting to make a video, guys, but I haven't been feeling good, like I said, these past 3 weeks. But the journey doesn't start. I feel like the journey doesn't actually start getting like lit until like a month, right? But like I said, I've never really been the type of person to count the days, but I'm just saying it just to put myself as an example, you know. But yeah, man, let's end this year strong, guys. Like let's get it, man. I'm about to go crazy in the gym, right? uh I'm excited, guys. I really am, because like I said, in 2023, I felt so powerful, bro. I felt so lit while being sober. But there was other things that I was still like needed to work on. But yeah, man, this year has been just a spiritual battle. It's been like crazy ups and downs. But there's wins, there's losses. But you got to be conscious. You got to be sober and vigilant, right? That's very important nowadays, to be sober and vigilant, especially if you're practicing retention, spirituality, like you're living a more conscious lifestyle. Um, you're gonna be wanting to get rid of alcohol because it could be a detriment to your life, because it just leads to BS, it leads to relapses, it leads to other bad things, and you don't want that, man. You don't want that in your life, bro. You gotta stop. Excuse me. You gotta stop feeling bad for yourself. You gotta stop self-sabotaging, because that's like one of my problems, like that I've kind of had to transcend is, every time you start feeling good, you like self-sabotage, right? Like your old self just comes to, beat you up. And, it doesn't want you to become this new version of yourself, man. It's like your lower self wants you to stay where you're at, and then your higher self wants to ascend. It wants to be abundant. It wants to be free. It wants to be adventurous. It wants to be healthy. It wants to be sober. It wants to be all these positive things, man, all these empowering things. So you have to, like I said, man, retention, to be successful on this journey, you have to be in alignment with your higher self, okay? You have to be in alignment with your higher self, because if you don't, it's gonna be easy to fall back to your low vibrational self, your lower nature, that lower version of you. So, you just gotta be aware about that. So that's pretty much it, man. I know this video is kind of all over the place, but I'm just shooting this as the sun goes down. Yeah, man, new month coming up, new season's coming up. That's what it's about, man. Just first comes the lesson, then comes the blessing, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll make some more content in the future, but I just wanted to bring this video to y'all as an update. I'm doing good, man. I hope you guys are doing good as well. Hope you guys are staying strong in your retention journey, on your journey of life, or whatever that you're working on. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a good night. Maintain your frame. Retain gang. I'm out. Peace.